Hello, and welcome to the Market Intelligence Brief, where we take national housing headlines and translate what they actually mean for the Jersey Shore real estate market, right here in Ocean and Monmouth County, New Jersey. If you've been following financial news lately, you've probably noticed the housing headlines feel a little mixed. Some reports say the market is slowing. Others suggest buyers are starting to come back. And the reality is this. According to financial publications, including the Wall Street Journal, the housing market right now is neither crashing nor booming. What we're seeing instead is a market that is stabilizing and becoming more strategic. One of the biggest national stories continues to be mortgage rates. After spending much of the past 2 years above 6%, mortgage rates recently dipped slightly below that level. Even a small movement like that can have a psychological impact on buyers. Several reports suggest that some buyers who paused their home search are beginning to re-enter the market. But rates are only part of the story. Another major factor shaping today's housing market is what economists call the lock-in effect. Over the past several years, millions of homeowners refinanced their mortgages at historically low interest rates around 3 to 4%. And many of those homeowners are now reluctant to sell and take on a much higher mortgage rate. That has kept housing inventory tight across much of the country, including here in New Jersey. Now, when we bring that national perspective down to New Jersey, the numbers tell an interesting story. Statewide, median home prices have continued to move upward modestly, but the number of transactions has slowed slightly compared to the extremely fast markets we saw during the pandemic years. And here along the Jersey Shore, the housing market continues to show resilience. In Monmouth County, median home values are approaching the upper $600,000 range, and homes are still moving relatively quickly. Many properties are going under contract within about 3 to 4 weeks. In Ocean County, median prices generally fall between the mid $400,000 to around $500,000 range, and homes typically sell within about 5 to 7 weeks. That's slower than the frenzy markets we saw a few years ago, but it still reflects a market that remains active and fundamentally healthy. But there's another reason Monmouth County is getting attention right now: major economic development. One of the most notable projects underway is the transformation of Fort Monmouth into Netflix Studios, which will become one of the largest film production campuses on the East Coast. Netflix is investing roughly $1 billion into this project. The campus will include multiple sound stages, production facilities, and creative spaces. And it's expected to generate thousands of jobs and billions of dollars in economic activity for the region. Developments like this often create what economists call a multiplier effect, supporting restaurants, local businesses, transportation services, and surrounding communities. And historically, projects like this tend to increase demand for nearby housing. Another redevelopment project worth watching is the transformation of Monmouth Mall in Eatontown. Like many aging malls across the country, the property is being reimagined as a mixed-use community, combining housing, retail, dining, and entertainment. Taken together, these projects signal something important. Monmouth County is entering a new phase of economic growth. Now turning slightly south to Ocean County, the story is a little different, but equally interesting. Ocean County has quietly become one of the fastest growing areas in New Jersey, particularly in communities like Toms River, Brick, and Manchester Township. A combination of affordability, coastal lifestyle, and access to major highways like the Garden State Parkway has fueled that growth. And of course, we can't overlook one of the most important drivers of demand here along the Jersey Shore: the lifestyle. Whether it's early mornings along the bay, sunsets on the beach, boating, boardwalks, or simply the character of our coastal towns, Ocean and Monmouth County remain some of the most desirable places to live in New Jersey. And that enduring appeal continues to support the strength of our local housing market. So when we step back and look at the bigger picture, the takeaway is fairly clear. The housing market right now is not collapsing. It's not overheated. It's stabilizing. Inventory is slowly improving. Buyers are returning cautiously, and sellers are adjusting to a market where strategy and positioning matter more than ever. But the long-term fundamentals here at the Jersey Shore remain strong, supported by lifestyle demand, limited supply, and several major economic developments that could shape the region for years to come. And before I wrap up today's update, I'd also like to wish everyone a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Whether you're celebrating with friends, enjoying local festivities, or simply appreciating a beautiful day here along the Jersey Shore, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I'm Dawn Marie White, and this has been the Market Intelligence Brief. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next update.